Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Audio for Nobody. Today we'll be talking about a very common device that is crucial in the audio chain, the microphone. The common question we find people asking us that we would like to address today are, firstly, how do I connect a microphone? Second, what types of microphones are there? And third, where should I speak into the microphone? To answer the question on how to connect a microphone, we have to understand what possible connections comes with a microphone. The three common ones are the USB, the 3.5mm connector, and the XLR connector. USB should not be an alien term to anyone. If it is, I really do not know how to help. Although there are many types of USB connectors, most USB microphones use the Type A USB connector, as many devices such as computers, laptops, have them. This form of connection is also known as a digital connection, as no audio really passes through a USB connection, just some ones and zeros that contain your voice information. The 3.5mm jack is another common connector, found mainly on earpieces or headphones, but also on some microphones. This enables you to connect your microphone to a computer sound card so you can do some voice or sound recording onto your computer. In this instance, the audio signal goes to your sound card and is actually an analog signal. Lastly would be a common connector used in the professional realm, the XLR connector. It allows a balanced analog audio signal to go into the audio interface to be converted subsequently to a high quality digital signal. Such connectors, together with the microphone, are also used in live shows and studio recordings to give you your money's worth that you spend on a concert ticket or purchasing the song on iTunes. If you've found yourself having a conversation with a seasoned audio professional, you might have heard these three common terms when talking about a microphone: the dynamic, the condensers, and the ribbon. Dynamic microphones are often used in live settings. You may have come across them as wireless devices at a karaoke that you normally visit, or even seen them on stage with an artist with its bright shimmering gold color. Such microphones are designed to be more robust as they are often roughly handled and even dropped, and they are also more forgiving to the vocals, hence you sound way better on a dynamic microphone due to the limited time and ability to beautify the voice. Condenser microphones, on the other hand, are usually used in recording studios, such as the one I'm actually using to record this voice over. They are usually more sensitive in their pickup and basically can pick up more details of your voice or sound recording. This ensures that you capture as much detail as possible, which you can subsequently edit during the mixing process or the post-production. Because of their build, they are usually more fragile and should be handled with more care. This includes having a dry cabinet to control the humidity, just like how you would treat your expensive cameras and gears. Ribbon microphones were an early form of microphones developed in the 1930s due to the wonderful range that it could pick up. However, due to its fragility, when the dynamic microphone was invented, the ribbon became less used in a live setting. It was still well liked in recording studios, particularly in the recording of certain classical instruments. You may recognize the ribbon microphone in scenes of movies covering the 1930s to the 1970s period. Let's sidetrack and talk a little bit about phantom power. For those of us who are unfamiliar with this term, usually your more sensitive microphones such as the condensers and ribbon microphones have active electronics that require more power than your standard handheld dynamic microphones. Hence, an additional 48 volts is required to power these devices. This plus 48 volts is also known as phantom power. Answering our third and final question for today, there are various polar patterns that determine how your microphone picks up the sound source. We will focus on three of the most common ones for now. The cardioid pattern is like an inverted heart shape. making it pick up the sound source mainly from the front of the microphone, and rejecting those from the rear. This is considered one of the most common pattern as it picks up only the main singer or user. The omnidirectional pattern is just a plain circle, which means the mic picks up sound source from all directions. Usually good when you want to pick up an entire environment or if you have speakers or sources all around. Figure of 8, as the name suggests, picks up your sound source from the front and rear of the microphone, something common in ribbon microphones and also good for a two-way conversation or interview. Let us listen to some examples that we've recorded. We had 3 of us seated around the microphone, mainly the front, the side, and the rear, each of us creating a different sound that is distinct. In this first example, we use the cardioid pattern. From this, you can hear that the person hitting the box at the front of the microphone was the most prominent sound. Now let us take a look at the omni pattern recording. Doesn't it sound like a nice symphony of 3 sound sources all combined together? Lastly would be the figure of 8. Did you notice that once the box hitting and keys came into the picture, you could hardly hear the fingers snapping? And that's all we have for today. We hope this will give you some idea of what various microphones can do for you and how you can apply it to your daily life. See you soon!